I think my mother did exactly the right thing. I think it's absolutely extraordinary.
In an unprecedented moment of royal disclosure, Princess Anne recently shared a secret about Queen Elizabeth's final wish that sent shockwaves through the British royal family. For decades, Queen Elizabeth had stood as a pillar of continuity, representing the monarchy's unchanging nature amidst the world's turmoil. However, Anne's revelation shattered the calm facade, unveiling that the Queen's last words were not just about maintaining tradition, but about ushering in a new era for the monarchy. A change that left Camilla rattled and questioning her place within the royal family. Princess Anne, known for her reserved and loyal nature, has long been seen as the steadfast supporter of her mother's vision. She was the quiet force that helped uphold the monarchy's dignified public image, often working behind the scenes without seeking attention. But when Anne shared the details of Queen Elizabeth's final wishes, it became evident that the monarch's vision for the future was nothing like what many had anticipated. In her final moments, Queen Elizabeth did not want the monarchy to remain static or bound by the strict traditionalism that had governed it for centuries. Instead, she expressed a clear desire for a more modern, adaptive monarchy, one that would remain relevant and responsive to the changing world. What could this mean for Camilla's position as Queen Consort? In the months following Anne's disclosure, many have speculated that the Queen's message was a veiled challenge to the role Camilla had come to occupy. For years, Camilla's journey to the throne had been a rocky one, riddled with public criticism and scandal. Yet, after years of hardship, she finally found acceptance in the royal family. Now, with Queen Elizabeth's final wish revealed, Camilla faces an uncertain future. Could this be a subtle yet clear indication that her reign as Queen Consort might not be as central to the monarchy's future as she once thought? The fact that Anne revealed this secret so openly speaks volumes. It suggests that the Queen's message wasn't merely a passing thought, but a serious reflection on the monarchy's evolution, something the royal family must now come to terms with. The monarchy, traditionally viewed as a stable institution, is at a crossroads, where it must either adapt to modern expectations or risk becoming irrelevant. Queen Elizabeth's final wish hints at a reorganization of the royal hierarchy, suggesting that the younger generation, particularly those like Kate Middleton, may play a more pivotal role in the monarchy's future. This revelation has left royal watchers wondering how the monarchy's power dynamics will shift. If the Queen's message truly was a wake-up call to the royals, how will Camilla navigate these changes, and what will her role look like moving forward? One of the most significant aspects of this revelation is the timing of it. As the monarchy faces challenges, both internally and externally, the royal family's position in the world has become increasingly scrutinized. Social media, evolving public opinions, and the changing political landscape have all combined to put the royals under the microscope more than ever before. Anne's admission serves as a stark reminder that even in her final days, Queen Elizabeth was conscious of these forces and wanted to ensure that the monarchy would survive them. But what is the cost of such a shift? For Camilla, this change means adapting to new expectations, which may not have been anticipated when she first ascended to her position. Queen Elizabeth's unexpected vision for the future. When Queen Elizabeth passed away, many royal observers believed that her legacy would be one of unchanging tradition, a testament to decades of stability. However, Princess Anne's recent revelation has completely rewritten that narrative. In a move that shocked the royal family, Anne disclosed that the Queen's final wish was for the monarchy to undergo a radical transformation, one that embraced modernity, youth, and the values of a new generation. Queen Elizabeth, known for her stoic commitment to tradition, was deeply concerned with how the royal family would evolve in the coming years, and her final words indicated that the monarchy could no longer cling to the past. For much of Queen Elizabeth's reign, she remained a figurehead, someone who embodied continuity, resilience, and the enduring traditions of the British monarchy. But as the world changed around her, so too did her thoughts on what the monarchy should look like. Her final wish revealed that the Queen was not only concerned about the stability of the institution, but about its ability to adapt and remain relevant in a rapidly evolving world. She knew that the monarchy had to evolve alongside the society it represented, something that had become clear as younger royals like Kate Middleton and Prince William began to take on more responsibilities. Anne's revelation comes as a pivotal moment in royal history. The monarchy is currently navigating the complex balance between tradition and modernity. Queen Elizabeth's wish is a reflection of her understanding that the monarchy must evolve to maintain its relevance. But this evolution goes beyond mere ceremonial duties. It's a shift in how the royal family engages with the public and how they manage their image. For Camilla, the realization that her role in the royal family's future was not as secure as she believed is a stark reminder of the challenges that lie ahead. Her position, while important, may not be at the center of the monarchy's vision moving forward. Queen Elizabeth's final wish also highlights the increasing role that younger members of the royal family, like Kate Middleton, will play in the future. As the monarchy looks to the future, it's clear that Queen Elizabeth believed the institution should be led by those who can connect with the modern world. Kate, with her focus on mental health, charity work, and her down-to-earth persona, fits this vision perfectly. By contrast, Camilla's more traditional role in the royal family may not align with the Queen's vision for a monarchy that connects with younger generations. This royal shift isn't just a reaction to current events. It's part of a long-term strategy that Queen Elizabeth had in mind for the monarchy's future. Her understanding of the monarchy's need for modernization was profound, and her final wish suggests that she wanted to ensure that the monarchy would survive into the next century. However, this doesn't come without challenges, especially when it comes to ensuring that the institution remains true to its core values while adapting to societal changes. The sudden power shift in the royal family. Camilla's life as the Queen Consort has been anything but simple. From the very beginning, her relationship with Prince Charles, fraught with scandal and media scrutiny, cast a long shadow over her royal path. However, over the years, Camilla worked tirelessly to build a reputation as a committed and devoted member of the royal family. But the recent revelation of Queen Elizabeth's final wish, shared by Princess Anne, has thrown Camilla's future role in the monarchy into turmoil. The shock of learning that Queen Elizabeth's last wish focused on a more modern, youthful monarchy, and did not center on Camilla's position, has left her reeling. For years, Camilla's title as Queen Consort seemed to solidify her place in the royal family. Yet, with the revelation that Queen Elizabeth wanted the monarchy to evolve, Camilla finds herself facing an unexpected challenge, a future in which she may no longer be at the forefront. The passing of the baton, especially to the younger generation, has not only shaken her personally, but also questioned her professional position within the royal fold. For Camilla, this shift in power is a direct blow. Her role as Queen Consort, although ceremonial and steeped in tradition, was meant to mark a moment of triumph after decades of public rejection and scandal. Yet now, she faces the uncomfortable truth that Queen Elizabeth, in her final moments, foresaw a monarchy shaped by younger, more modern figures. This sudden shift leaves Camilla grappling with the realization that her role as a central figure in the royal family may not be as secure as she once believed. The public acceptance she fought so hard for may not be enough to safeguard her position, as the royal family seems to be moving in a new direction, one that potentially sidelines her. This shift is not only unsettling for Camilla, but also for Prince Charles, who has long championed his wife's position within the royal family. The revelation of Queen Elizabeth's wishes challenges the power dynamics between Camilla, Charles, and the younger royals. While Charles has been king for a short time, the monarchy's future was, according to his mother's wishes, not entirely in his hands, but in the hands of the younger generation. This leaves Camilla in an increasingly vulnerable position. As Charles and Camilla are both now on the throne, their path forward may no longer be as clear-cut, especially as the monarchy seeks to balance tradition with modernization. Kate Middleton's rising power. While Camilla's future in the monarchy is being questioned, one royal figure is emerging stronger than ever: Kate Middleton. Queen Elizabeth, in her final moments, recognized Kate's potential to lead the monarchy into the future, and her final wishes were a strategic blueprint for ensuring Kate's pivotal role in that future. For years, Kate has been seen as the future Queen Consort, but now it's clear that Queen Elizabeth had a much more far-reaching plan for Kate's influence within the royal family. This plan, however, did not extend in the same way to Camilla, who now finds herself pushed to the margins. Queen Elizabeth, a monarch who witnessed vast shifts in royal life during her reign, understood the importance of continuity in leadership. She saw in Kate the qualities necessary to lead the monarchy in the next generation. Kate's calm, composed demeanor, her approachability, and her deep understanding of the needs of modern society made her the ideal candidate for a more prominent role in the royal family. While Camilla was playing an increasingly visible part in public life, Queen Elizabeth's vision was not to make her the central figure of the royal future. Instead, it was Kate who was being groomed, albeit subtly, to take on a greater role. The timing of Queen Elizabeth's final wish suggests that her understanding of the monarchy's future was far ahead of her time. She knew that the monarchy needed to evolve to meet the expectations of younger generations, who value authenticity, social responsibility, and connection to the people. Kate, with her work in mental health advocacy, charity work, and her relatable public image, represented the kind of royal figure that could resonate with the public in a way that Camilla, despite her many accomplishments, could not. This recognition from Queen Elizabeth wasn't just about Kate's popularity. It was about her ability to lead the monarchy in a changing world. Kate's influence is likely to grow even more significant as the monarchy faces the challenges of a rapidly changing world. Queen Elizabeth's vision for Kate's role suggests that the Duchess of Cambridge will take on a much larger, more dynamic role than anyone previously imagined. Her leadership style, built on compassion, poise, and public service, will be integral to the monarchy's survival in an era where the royal family must adapt to meet the needs of the public. But why then did Queen Elizabeth's final wish not include Camilla as much as expected? Camilla, for all her hard work and dedication, may have been seen as a stabilizing figure for the royal family. But Queen Elizabeth's foresight was focused on ensuring that the monarchy had a future that could inspire the next generation. Camilla's traditionalism, though vital to the monarchy's legacy, was simply not in line with the Queen's broader vision. As the royal family works to navigate this new reality, it seems that the Queen's wish for Kate is not just about the future of the monarchy. It's about the values Kate represents and the leadership she can offer. Camilla's battle to fit in. Queen Elizabeth's passing marked more than just the end of an era. It marked the beginning of a difficult journey, one where her place in the royal family became increasingly uncertain. As Queen Consort, Camilla had long been the subject of public scrutiny, facing decades of judgment, particularly because of her controversial past with Prince Charles. Despite the years of public censure, she had successfully worked to establish herself as a fixture in the royal family, and her position as Queen Consort seemed like the culmination of her tireless effort to secure her place in the institution. However, in a shocking twist, Queen Elizabeth's final wish, revealed by Princess Anne, brought a wave of uncertainty that has shaken Camilla's once solidified role. Queen Elizabeth's wish was centered on a monarchy that embraced change, one that looked to the future and the younger generations to guide it through the complexities of modern life. It was a wish for evolution, and it became clear that this evolution did not include Camilla in the same central capacity she had once hoped for. As the monarchy began to look beyond the traditional frameworks, Queen Elizabeth's vision for a modernized royal family placed Camilla on the sidelines. While Camilla had navigated the treacherous waters of public opinion to secure her position as Queen Consort, her role was now called into question in the face of this shifting dynamic. This change in direction put Camilla in a precarious position, as she found herself caught between two worlds, the royal family's long-standing traditions and the demands of a modern monarchy. Queen Elizabeth had always been a firm believer in the traditions of the crown, but in her final days, she recognized the necessity for change. Camilla, who had long upheld the royal family's values and traditions, now had to grapple with a shift in priorities, one that required her to either adapt to this new vision or risk being overshadowed by younger members of the family, particularly Kate Middleton. The transition from tradition to modernity is never easy, and for Camilla, the challenge was particularly acute. She had always viewed her role as Queen Consort through the lens of tradition, focusing on ceremonial duties and maintaining the royal family's image as a pillar of stability. However, the monarchy now had to embrace a more relatable and approachable image, one that resonated with younger generations, who increasingly demanded a more progressive approach. As Queen Elizabeth's wishes made clear, the future of the monarchy would require the involvement of the younger royals, and this presented Camilla with a difficult decision. Would she adjust to this new era and find her place in a changing monarchy? Or would she hold steadfast to the traditional role she had carved out for herself? How Queen Elizabeth's final wish changes the royal future. Queen Elizabeth's final wish was a monumental revelation that marked the end of an era for the British monarchy. As the longest reigning monarch in British history, Elizabeth's reign spanned decades of political upheaval, societal changes, and royal scandals. Throughout it all, Queen Elizabeth was a symbol of continuity, stability, and tradition. Her reign was synonymous with the old guard, the monarchy of the past. But in her final moments, Elizabeth expressed a desire to reshape the monarchy for the future, ensuring its continued relevance in a rapidly changing world. This wish, however, signaled a shift in the royal family that left many stunned, including Camilla. The monarchy had long been rooted in values such as duty, respect, and tradition. These were the pillars that Queen Elizabeth had built her reign upon. But, as the world evolved, so too did the monarchy's need to evolve with it. Queen Elizabeth's final wish was not just a call for adaptation, it was a call for a transformation of the monarchy, one that would resonate with the values of a modern, progressive society. By focusing on the younger members of the royal family, particularly Kate Middleton, Queen Elizabeth ensured that her legacy would survive through the monarchy's next phase. Her wish emphasized the importance of embracing the future, not merely clinging to the past. The Queen's vision for the future was a stark contrast to Camilla's traditional role as Queen Consort. For years, Camilla had carved out her place in the royal family by embodying the traditional expectations that had defined the monarchy. Her involvement in charity work, public engagements, and royal duties had earned her respect, and she had finally secured her position as Queen Consort. However, Queen Elizabeth's final wish indicated that the monarchy was entering a new era, one where Camilla's role, as well as those of other traditional figures, would be reconsidered. With the younger royals now positioned to play a more significant role in shaping the future, Camilla was forced to face the uncomfortable reality that her time at the forefront of the royal family might be limited. For the royal family, this shift in priorities signaled a much-needed update to its image and approach. Queen Elizabeth had always understood the importance of maintaining the monarchy's dignity and relevance, and in her final moments, she took proactive steps to ensure that the monarchy would thrive in the 21st century. By turning to Kate and the younger royals, Queen Elizabeth recognized that the monarchy needed fresh perspectives, modern values, and a new way of connecting with the public. This was a monarchy not stuck in the past, but prepared to evolve. Princess Anne's role in the royal evolution. In the wake of Queen Elizabeth's passing, the royal family has found itself in the midst of a period of transformation. While much of the attention has centered on the late Queen's final wishes, Princess Anne's role in shaping the future of the monarchy cannot be underestimated. As the Queen's daughter and closest confidant, Princess Anne has always held a unique position within the family. Her understanding of the delicate balance between tradition and modernization, coupled with her steadfast commitment to royal duty, places her in a pivotal position to help guide the monarchy through its next phase. Princess Anne has often been seen as the quiet yet steady force within the royal family. Unlike her brother Prince Charles, whose reign has already begun to shift the monarchy's dynamics, Anne has traditionally kept a lower profile. However, her role as the Queen's most loyal child has always been evident. Through decades of public service, Anne has proven herself as the embodiment of duty, discipline, and responsibility, the values that were championed by Queen Elizabeth. These traits, coupled with her wisdom and experience, position Anne as a silent but powerful guide in the royal family's evolution. With Queen Elizabeth's passing, Anne's steady leadership has become even more important. Her role as a silent guide is not about commanding the spotlight, but rather about supporting and advising her brother and niece, Prince William and Kate Middleton, as they assume more prominent roles in the royal family. While the younger generation, particularly William and Kate, will take on more visible leadership positions, Anne's influence behind the scenes cannot be overlooked. She knows that the monarchy needs to evolve to remain relevant, and her understanding of this delicate balance makes her an invaluable asset to the royal family. One of the most significant aspects of Anne's role in the monarchy's future is her ability to maintain continuity while simultaneously embracing change. While some members of the royal family may struggle with the shift toward modernization, Anne has always understood the importance of adapting to the times while still honoring the traditions that define the monarchy. This balancing act will be crucial in ensuring that the royal family remains a symbol of stability and unity in a rapidly changing world. Anne's guidance, both public and private, will be a steady hand helping steer the monarchy into this new chapter. Princess Anne's involvement in the royal family's evolution also reflects her deep commitment to supporting the family through its challenges. Her loyalty to her mother and her dedication to the crown have never wavered. While her role has often been more understated compared to her siblings, Anne has been integral in maintaining the royal family's unity during times of crisis. Whether it was supporting her mother through personal struggles or stepping in during moments of public scrutiny, Anne has always been a reliable presence. As the monarchy navigates its future, Anne's quiet leadership and unwavering loyalty to the family will help ensure that the royal institution remains strong and united. Camilla's response to Queen Elizabeth's last wish. When Princess Anne revealed Queen Elizabeth's final wish, the revelation sent shockwaves through the royal family. However, none were more affected by this disclosure than Camilla, the Queen Consort, who had long fought for her position in the monarchy. For years, Camilla endured public scrutiny, battling criticism and scandal, all while working to earn her place alongside Prince Charles. Yet, with the Queen's passing, Camilla found herself facing an unsettling truth. Her position as Queen Consort might no longer be as secure as it once seemed. Queen Elizabeth's final wish, as revealed by Anne, made it clear that the future of the monarchy was to be shaped by a younger, more modern generation. Queen Elizabeth had always been a steadfast defender of the monarchy's traditions, but in her final moments, she recognized the need for change. The monarchy had to evolve, embracing new leaders who could connect with the public and embody the values of a rapidly changing world. Kate Middleton, with her down-to-earth persona and strong commitment to royal duties, was positioned to take a more prominent role in the monarchy's future, and this revelation undoubtedly left Camilla reeling. For Camilla, the Queen's final wish was a bitter pill to swallow. She had spent years carving out her role as Queen Consort, working diligently to align herself with the royal family's traditions and duties. But now, with the passing of Queen Elizabeth and the focus shifting to younger royals, Camilla found herself at a crossroads. Her position, once seemingly secure, was now in jeopardy as the monarchy moved toward a more modern, accessible image. Camilla had long been a figure associated with tradition and respectability, but Queen Elizabeth's wish indicated that the monarchy's future required more than just tradition. It required fresh perspectives and a more relatable approach. This shift in the royal family's power dynamics has placed Camilla in a difficult position. As Queen Consort, she had long been considered a stabilizing force within the royal family. However, with the increasing prominence of younger royals like Kate Middleton, Camilla's role is being questioned. While the Queen Consort's duties remain important, Camilla's influence over the monarchy's future seems to be waning in the face of a younger, more progressive generation. How will Camilla navigate this shift? Will she adjust to the changing landscape, or will she resist the evolution of the monarchy? The tension within the royal family is palpable, and Camilla is now forced to confront the reality that her place in the monarchy might not be as solid as she once thought. Queen Elizabeth's final wish for a more modern and inclusive monarchy, one that embraced the future with new leaders, has thrown Camilla into a position where she must reevaluate her role. For years, Camilla fought for acceptance, and now, just as she had finally secured her place at the top, she is faced with the possibility that the monarchy's future will not revolve around her.
Now, it was filmed in 2017. Anne opened up about her relationship with her mother, saying the Queen always led by example.
Something unusual just happened in the royal family, and the whole world is talking about it. A moment between Princess Anne and Queen Camilla was caught on camera, and it's not the warm, friendly exchange people expect. There's tension in their faces, sharpness in their gestures. Something feels off. The video is everywhere, and everyone is asking the same question: what's really going on between them? Was it just a small disagreement, or is there more to the story? This heated moment is making headlines, and the details might just change the way people see the royals forever. Where and when was this footage taken? This particular exchange happened at a high-profile royal event, one where both Anne and Camilla were present alongside other members of the royal family. Now, when it comes to these formal occasions, everything is carefully planned out. Who stands where, who speaks when, and how everyone is supposed to behave. The royal family is always under a microscope, and even the slightest movement or glance can spark headlines. This event was no exception. But what made this moment stand out was that it wasn't just a passing look or a simple exchange of words. It was a visible moment of tension, one that unfolded right in front of the cameras. And that's what makes it so fascinating. These women know they are always being watched. They are trained to keep their emotions in check, especially during public appearances. So, if something slips through, it usually means there's more happening beneath the surface. Now, let's talk about what exactly we saw in the footage. The body language speaks volumes. Even without hearing a single word, you can tell something is off just by looking at their body language. Princess Anne, as always, stands tall with a strong and commanding posture. She has always been known for her no-nonsense approach, and that absolutely comes through in this clip. Her facial expressions are sharp, her eyes focused, her brows slightly furrowed, and her mouth tight. It's the look of someone who is either irritated, frustrated, or just downright unimpressed. On the other hand, Queen Camilla appears more reserved. Her posture is slightly tense, her shoulders stiff. She seems to be reacting to whatever Anne is saying, but not with the same level of energy. Instead, she looks like she's trying to keep things under control. There's even a moment where she glances away slightly, as if she's trying to dismiss the situation or avoid engaging in a full-blown confrontation. But the most telling part of the whole exchange is Anne's hand gestures. If you watch closely, she isn't just speaking. She's emphasizing her words with her hands, using small but firm movements. It's the kind of thing people do when they're making a strong point, when they want the other person to understand exactly what they're saying. This isn't casual chit-chat. This is Anne making it very clear that she has something to say, and she's not holding back. Meanwhile, Camilla doesn't match Anne's intensity. Instead, she seems more defensive. She keeps her hands close to her body, her expressions are less animated, and her overall stance suggests that she is either uncomfortable or trying to maintain composure. The tension between them is palpable, even though it only lasts a few seconds. What was actually said? Now here's where things get even more interesting. The audio in the clip isn't perfect, so you don't hear every single word clearly. But experts and lip readers have attempted to analyze it, and from what we can gather, it seems that Anne is questioning something, possibly even challenging Camilla on a particular matter. Her tone, while not outright aggressive, is definitely firm. It has that sharpness to it, like she's either correcting something or expressing dissatisfaction. Camilla's response, however, is much shorter. It almost seems like she's brushing it off or trying to downplay whatever Anne is saying, and that's what makes this moment so intriguing. If this was just a friendly discussion, you'd expect smiles, relaxed body language, or maybe even a quick laugh. But there's none of that. Instead, there's a sense of tension, of two women who clearly don't see eye to eye on whatever they're discussing. So, what could they have been talking about? And more importantly, what could have triggered this moment in the first place? What could have caused the tension? There are a few possible explanations floating around, and honestly, all of them make sense. One theory is that Princess Anne isn't entirely comfortable with Camilla's role as queen consort. Anne has been a dedicated working royal her entire life. She has followed the rules, upheld tradition, and carried out her duties without complaint. Camilla, on the other hand, didn't take the traditional route into the royal family. Given her history with King Charles and the complicated past surrounding her relationship with the late Princess Diana, there's a possibility that Anne still doesn't fully accept her as queen. Another possibility is that the disagreement was about the event itself. These royal gatherings are meticulously planned, and sometimes tensions rise over things like seating arrangements, schedules, or even how certain duties are being carried out. Anne is known for being direct and outspoken. If she felt that something wasn't being handled properly, she wouldn't hesitate to call it out. Maybe Camilla was trying to assert herself in a situation where Anne felt she shouldn't. There's also the chance that this was simply Anne being frustrated with how things are being run under King Charles's reign. While Anne has always been fiercely loyal to her brother, she is also someone who values efficiency and tradition. If she sees things changing in a way that she doesn't agree with, she's not the type to just sit back and let it happen. Camilla, as queen, is now a central figure in the monarchy, so if Anne had concerns, this could have been her way of expressing them. And of course, we can't ignore the fact that Anne and Camilla have never been particularly close. While they've always been civil, there have been rumors for years that Anne never fully warmed up to Camilla. Unlike other members of the royal family, Anne doesn't seem to go out of her way to praise or acknowledge Camilla in public. If there has been any lingering tension between them, this moment could have been a small glimpse into that underlying issue. Whatever the cause, one thing is certain. This wasn't just a casual, meaningless moment. This was real tension, caught on camera, between two of the most important women in the royal family. And if this is how they interact in public, one has to wonder, what's really going on behind palace doors? Did Princess Anne ever have issues with Camilla dating Charles? Before Camilla became part of the royal family, before she even married Charles, she was involved in a different love story, one that actually connects her to Princess Anne. Most people know that Camilla married Andrew Parker Bowles before eventually marrying Charles. But what many don't realize is that before Andrew and Camilla became a couple, Andrew had a romantic connection with Princess Anne. Yes, Princess Anne and Andrew Parker Bowles were romantically linked in the early 1970s. However, because Andrew was Catholic, he wasn't considered a suitable match for Anne. Royal traditions at the time made it difficult for a princess to marry someone of a different faith. So, their relationship never became serious, and Andrew eventually moved on to Camilla. Now, does this mean Anne was bitter or jealous when Camilla married Andrew? Not necessarily. There's no direct evidence to suggest Anne was upset about it, but let's be honest. Relationships, especially in high society, can be complicated. Even if Anne had no personal issues with Camilla back then, things changed when Camilla got involved with Charles. Was Princess Anne always cold towards Camilla? Princess Anne is known for her straightforward, no-nonsense personality. She has never been one to pretend or play games, especially in public. So, if she doesn't like someone or doesn't approve of something, it's pretty obvious. When Charles and Camilla's relationship became public, it created waves of controversy. Anne, like many others in the royal family, likely had opinions about how things unfolded. Charles was married to Diana, and the affair with Camilla wasn't exactly a secret. The scandal affected the entire royal family, putting them under intense media scrutiny. While Anne and Diana weren't necessarily close, Anne may have still disapproved of how Camilla entered the royal family. After all, Anne is a person who values tradition and duty above all else. She has always been one of the hardest-working royals, rarely seeking attention or drama. So, seeing Camilla at the center of one of the biggest royal scandals might not have sat well with her. Even today, their interactions remain somewhat formal. They stand together at public events, they share polite smiles, but they rarely seem to share warm, friendly moments like other members of the royal family. Unlike King Charles, who has worked hard to ensure Camilla is accepted by the public, Anne hasn't gone out of her way to show affection toward her. Tensions between Diana and Camilla. To understand the possible tension between Anne and Camilla, we have to look at the bigger picture, Camilla's history with Diana. Diana was one of the most beloved members of the royal family. She had a deep connection with the public, she was relatable, and she had a natural charm that made people adore her. When the truth about Charles and Camilla's affair came out, the public turned against Camilla. She was seen as the woman who ruined Diana's marriage and, by extension, the royal family's image. Even within the royal family, there were mixed feelings about Camilla. Queen Elizabeth reportedly took a long time to accept her, and Prince Philip also had reservations. Many members of the royal household knew how much pain Diana went through because of the situation, and that likely included Princess Anne. Anne has never spoken publicly about her personal feelings on the matter, but considering her strong sense of duty and tradition, it wouldn't be surprising if she was one of the royals who wasn't particularly welcoming toward Camilla in the early days. Over time, public opinion on Camilla softened, and she was eventually accepted as Charles's wife and later as queen consort. But personal relationships within the royal family don't always follow public narratives. Just because people have accepted Camilla now doesn't mean old tensions have disappeared behind closed doors. Disagreements between Charles and Anne in the past. Another key factor in this story is Anne's relationship with her brother Charles. Many assume that royal siblings are always close, but that's not necessarily true. Charles and Anne have very different personalities. Charles is more sensitive, thoughtful, and invested in modernizing the monarchy. Anne, on the other hand, is practical, duty-focused, and believes in keeping things as they have always been. These differences have led to disagreements over the years. For example, when Charles was advocating for a more modern and relaxed monarchy, Anne wasn't necessarily on board. She has always been one of the most dedicated royals, taking on hundreds of engagements every year without expecting praise. Meanwhile, Charles has been more vocal about wanting to change certain aspects of royal life, which may not have always aligned with Anne's views. Additionally, when Charles was preparing to marry Camilla, not everyone in the family was thrilled. While Queen Elizabeth eventually gave her approval, reports suggest that Anne was not among the biggest supporters of the union. Again, this wasn't necessarily about personal dislike. It could have been about how everything played out in the past. Anne has always been about duty and stability, and the scandal surrounding Charles and Camilla had already caused enough chaos for the royal family. Publicized moments of friction in the royal family. The royal family has had plenty of conflicts over the years. If there's tension between Anne and Camilla, it's just one of many power struggles that have played out behind palace doors. One of the biggest ongoing royal conflicts is between Prince William and Prince Harry. Once incredibly close, the two brothers are now barely on speaking terms. Their feud has played out in front of the world, with Harry stepping away from royal duties and publicly criticizing the institution. Another historical example is the tension between Prince Charles, now king, and his father, Prince Philip. Philip was a strong-willed, disciplined man, while Charles was more sensitive and introspective. Their different approaches to life led to clashes, particularly when Charles was younger. Even Queen Elizabeth and her sister, Princess Margaret, had moments of friction. Margaret, known for her rebellious nature, often felt restricted by royal rules, while Elizabeth had to put duty above everything else. Their different paths led to moments of disagreement, though they always remained close as sisters. So, when we see a moment of tension between Anne and Camilla, it's nothing new in royal history. These people may be royals, but they are still human. They have personal relationships, disagreements, and long-standing histories that affect how they interact with one another. Looking at everything, it's clear that Anne and Camilla have a complicated relationship. Whether it's because of their personal history, Anne's strong personality, or lingering feelings about the past, there's a noticeable formality between them. Unlike some of the other royals who have fully embraced Camilla's role, Anne remains somewhat distant. And perhaps that's just Anne being Anne, someone who isn't interested in putting on a show for the cameras. Whether or not their relationship will ever be truly warm is something only time will tell. But one thing is for sure, the royal family's power dynamics will always be fascinating to watch. What this means for the royal family's image. The latest viral footage of Princess Anne and Queen Camilla has sparked a huge debate online. People are now wondering, what does this moment really mean for the royal family? Is there tension behind closed doors? And most importantly, how does this affect Camilla's reputation as queen? Let's start with Camilla. This moment is not a good look for her. She has already struggled for years to win the public's approval, and now this video adds another layer to the ongoing conversation about her place in the royal family. When people see a queen being interrupted, dismissed, or talked over, especially by someone like Princess Anne, it creates an image that Camilla is not fully respected within the royal circle. Many people are asking, is she really in control? Or is she just holding a title without much authority? Think about it. Camilla was not born into the royal family. She had to fight her way in, and even after marrying King Charles, she was never seen as the natural choice for queen. Princess Diana's shadow still looms large, and for many, Camilla will always be the other woman who changed history. This moment between her and Anne is only adding fuel to that perception. People are saying, if even Princess Anne doesn't seem to take her seriously, then who does? Another big question is whether this moment makes Camilla look weak. In the footage, she doesn't push back. She doesn't argue or assert herself. Instead, she seems to either let it slide or simply accept Anne's response. To some, this might seem like grace, like she's choosing to remain calm. But to others, it looks like she doesn't have the confidence or authority to stand her ground. A queen is supposed to be commanding. When Queen Elizabeth II walked into a room, people noticed. She had an unshakable presence, a quiet but firm power that made it clear she was the one in charge. Does Camilla have that same energy? Many would say no, and this moment with Anne might just confirm that she is still struggling to be fully accepted as queen, not just by the public, but by the family itself. Now let's talk about Princess Anne. If there is one person in the royal family who doesn't care about public opinion, it's her. She has always been known for her sharp attitude, direct nature, and no-nonsense personality. And this moment, it only reinforces that reputation. For years, Anne has been one of the hardest-working royals, attending hundreds of engagements without drama or scandal. She never craved attention, never tried to be in the spotlight, and yet, people respect her deeply. Why? Because she speaks her mind and doesn't pretend for the cameras. If she disagrees with something, she doesn't fake a smile. She makes it known. That's exactly what people saw in this footage. Anne wasn't afraid to express herself, even in front of Queen Camilla. She didn't hold back. She acted as she always does, straight to the point, unbothered by royal formalities. This is why many people admire her. They see her as someone who values honesty over appearances. But this also raises another question. Does this moment suggest that there are real divisions within the royal family? Because let's be honest, if everyone in the family were on the same page, moments like this wouldn't happen. The royal family is supposed to present a united front, especially in public. Every move they make is carefully controlled to avoid drama. So, when something like this happens, it makes people wonder, what's really going on behind the scenes? We've seen signs of tension before. From Harry and Meghan's departure to reports of disagreements between Charles and his siblings, the royal family isn't as picture-perfect as they'd like people to believe. And this moment between Anne and Camilla? It might just be another glimpse into the cracks behind the palace walls. Now the big question. How will the royal family respond to all of this? First, let's look at how the palace usually handles these kinds of situations. Most of the time they ignore them. They follow the old rule. Never complain, never explain. That's their way of avoiding adding more fuel to the fire.